hear, what you watch, even the food you eat can give you dreams. Have you ever eaten so much food and you just sleep and you have the strangest of dreams because you ate too much? What's on your mind? Are you worried about something? You can start dreaming it. Are you watching something that, anything you watch, be it good or bad, you can start having dreams that way. And what you see, what you hear can be a result of can be the produce of your dream. Like my daughter made a sculpture at school. She's taking art, and she made a sculpture, and it was really good, and put it up. They put it up in one of their art rooms, and some people from another class came in and saw. From two classes below came in and saw the sculpture, and one of them had a dream about the sculpture. Yeah, can you imagine having a dream because it was so real to her? It scared her, and so she has had keeps on having, she dreams about this thing, and each time she comes in there she avoids the art room because she said someone made a sculpture and it scares me and comes in my dream when someone is that scary and coming to me. So dreams can be as a result of fear. They can be as a result of our mind, as a result of the food we eat. But divine dreams, guys, divine dreams carry purpose. Let's talk about some of the ways God uses dreams. Like I said, divine dreams carry purpose. They are not dependent on anything. I mean, you could just doze off there when you've just woken up and then doze off. Divine dreams are not determined by anything, not the food you ate, not what is on your mind, not what you what you saw or heard. Divine dreams are divine dreams. And so now we are going to digest into some of the ways God uses dreams. For starters, God uses dreams for direction. Did you know that? You can be at a point where you don't know what to do, and you go before Him and God, I don't know what to do. Please show me what I am supposed to do. Like, I'll give you an example. A friend of mine, a good friend of mine, wanted to come back to Uganda and buy a house, but she wasn't sure. She's always skeptical, indecisive on what to do. And so she went around, saw some houses, and went back to start saving for the houses, but is not also still sure, didn't even close off on that deal. But then when she went home, back to where she stays, she had a dream when she was living in that house. Now I know for sure she knows that's the place. And so it's easier for her to make up her mind on buying than when she has heard nothing about it. Someone is trying to sell that house at her. So dreams come to us, guys, for direction. Remember Joseph in Matthew 22? God said, take the child and his mother and escape to Egypt. That dream literally saved the Messiah's life. So there are dreams that come for direction. I mean, that I'm just going to use the Bible as the base because some people don't believe except it's written somewhere. An example, it's Joseph. Joseph had that dream where he was told to take the child and escape to Egypt. And in that dream, the life of the Messiah was saved. Because had Joseph not taken it serious, dismissed it, the Messiah probably could have been hurt. But God made sure that the weight of it he felt, and he had to act immediately. Remember, he wasn't the earthly the heavenly father of the biological father of Jesus. So he could have taken, laxed on that and brushed it off. But guess what? Spiritual dreams that are divine, they carry a weight as well, where you feel like you have to do everything to do what the dream was showing. Otherwise, things will go really bad. An example, guys, when you are told to do, say like you're going to make that decision about getting married. I'll give my personal experience. When I was ready to get married, I told God, I wasn't ready anyway, let me say, but I didn't want to make a mistake on who should I get married to. And by then, when you're younger, people are so many are on your case, and you don't know who to go with or who to leave. Some of them look like the right ones because they've got their shit together, and others don't seem because they don't have probably finance. They don't seem like they are financially okay because of the standards that we use to gauge a relationship, whether this one is rated relationship material or not. The measures we use, those are the measures that limit us or cause us to miss out on the real deal. So I told God, if it's the, please show me the one who should marry me. And that was when I was way back in senior 2. I wanted to see, just to know who I would get married to, because I was living with a particular kind of people that were not like the normal ones. So I was like, maybe it's them, because we were flowing very well. We were getting on very well. So I thought maybe it's them, but it wasn't. So when I had my own dream at that level of who would marry me, trust me, all these other people I cut off. Why? Because now I was directed as to who was the right person for me. So dreams come for direction. Also, to give warning is another reason. God can give you a dream to warn you. Another dream that I had, now I'm giving you personal dreams. I want you to also prepare to let me know in on your dreams or your experiences with dreams. It's a live podcast, don't forget. I said warnings, dreams come in to give warning. I had a dream on Monday. I had a dream when I had gone off with my sister. Guys, you be looking out for that video. And in the dream, I was telling my sister, we need to pack up and go because it is time to go home. The only safe place to go and be is home. No one will survive what is coming except, we go home. Except they go home, they will not no one will survive. That dream was really long. And guys, you'll get to see the detailed dream in my YouTube channel. Otherwise, those of you who are on TikTok, I shared the dream. Otherwise, those of you who are on YouTube, I'm yet to share. You will see the whole dream. But there are some dreams that come to warn us so that we do not make mistakes, or to warn us of things that are going to happen. In Genesis 20, God warned King Abimelech in a dream not to touch Sarah. Do you remember that? So it goes to show you God can even warn you or show you dreams of just about anything. He gave King Abimelech a dream not to touch Sarah because they had already made a plan with Abraham that when we get there, those men are tough. They may kill me and take you. That was Abraham telling Sarah. They may kill me and take you. So when we get there, you're my sister. So when they approached the king, Abraham apparently was Sarah's brother, and King Abimelech was getting ready to have his good time. Guess what God did? In a dream showed him not to touch her. So it goes to show you that God sends us dreams to warn us, sometimes not to make mistakes. That was God's way of warning King Abimelech so that a curse does not befall the whole kingdom, So dreams are out there to warn us. Abraham's wife sometimes dreams are a red flag, from God, a spiritual alert system. So God can throw in a dream right there and then just to warn you so you don't make a mistake, and you choose to go in boldly or choose to go in, knowing and doing the right thing. So like I getting married, I knew exactly that when we were growing up anyway. Let me just give you some heads up. When we were growing up, we grew up with white people. So I thought maybe I will be getting married to a white man because they were the ones that we were seeing. And me and my sisters were like, oh yeah, and then we have kids with curly, nice hair. Oh yeah, we were young and foolish. And when I had that dream, I knew mine is coming dark and I wouldn't be having any of that. So instead of me wasting my time with these people that I was living with, thinking they are the ones that I should end up with, I made a decision basing on the dream that God had showed me, because I saw mine. He was not American. He was not those whites. And he didn't have that big curly hair that we were talking about. He was normal Ugandan person. And so it helped me make up my mind quickly. And it warned me from going with others. Because now I know, had I gone with any of them, I would be a widow now. Because many of them, even the white friends, have passed. Some of them who are not white, but those people who are coming in that seem to have heavy CVs, oh my goodness, most of them are gone. I don't know what God sees, but God knows every one of us. And so he warns us through dreams. Like I said, Abimelech, he warned through a dream not to touch Sarah and spare the kingdom. And that is how Abraham and Sarah's lie, God spared and looked on them with kindness and just let them be as a couple. And some other times, God reveals to us dreams of destiny. God gives you a dream just to know what is waiting for you in the future. You get to know, okay, I will become this. I saw myself become this. Like I had a dream about one of my daughters. Actually, not one, all my kids, just before they come in, I know who I'm carrying and I know exactly what they are. It's amazing. So God can give you dreams of destinies and you get to know that, oh, so this is in their destiny. So this one is going to be like this. Like I'll give you an example of my son. I had a dream. I didn't know I was carrying a boy, but because every time I would go for the scan, my boy would curve and then they wouldn't be able to tell whether he's male or female. So I gave up on that one because I had gone for about 6 scans and there was nothing to reveal. So, and the doctors kept on saying, it's strange, you can't see, we can't see. And then I had a dream. That is why I'm telling you, dreams, guys, come to warn us, sometimes to show us destinies, the future. And I had a dream. I was asking God before the dream. I asked God, I don't know what else I've forgotten to buy or pack before this baby comes. Please show me. Now it goes to show you that we can involve God even on small scale, on small things. Like I'm giving an example here with Sarah and Abraham. It wasn't something big, but they came up with their lie. When we get there, you're my brother. I am your sister, so that they spare you. And that was a lie, just so they don't, kill Abraham and take Sarah. Now, it may be small, even as small as anything. But now, depending on the relationship you have with your God, remember I told you it all goes back to that one. I told God, I don't know what else I've forgotten to pack before this baby comes, but please show me. And then I had a dream. I had taken my baby out and somewhere, and I was trying to change my baby. And the baby peed straight in my face. I had not bought a changing mat. And that is how I got to know it's a boy. And I've not bought a changing mat because he peed when I didn't expect. And everything got wet. I got wet because I didn't have a changing mat. So in one dream, God hit 2 stones, showed me the sex of the child and what I was missing. So dreams, like I said, are a beautiful thing. Like I said, we are going to dive into something that is mysterious, beautiful, and spiritual at the same time. So dreams can come in to show us destiny or to reveal destinies. An example is Joseph's dream. In Genesis 3:7, it revealed his future leadership. This was revealed long before it happened. Joseph was about 17, and the dream he had was to happen when he's about, I think, 30. Yeah. So sometimes God shows you things that would happen in your future just to show you a glimpse of your destiny. So it is God's way of revealing destiny to bring comfort. Sometimes God reveals to us dreams that he may comfort us or reassure us. Sometimes God knows you are anxious, and so he speaks to you through a dream or uncertain. And he uses dreams to say, I'm still with you. I'm still with you. When you're out, the moment I've had dreams, guys, countless times. And each time I've had those dreams, I've gotten away there worried. Why? Because my dreams have seemed to take on a different path where I dream the dream today and the next day it happens, or the next month, or after a short time. Like I cannot forget when I had a dream about my mother-in-law. She's passed now, but God rest her soul. But the way I had the dream, that lady had never been sick. From the time I got to know her to the time she passed, she had never gotten sick. Now, I dreamt when she had gone to the hospital and was coming back on a border or motorcycle and had met an accident that killed her on spot. That lady was not using borders or motorcycles. That lady had never been in a hospital. So when I woke up, I told my husband what I had dreamed. He was like, you have to tell mommy. You have to tell her because I know your dreams and how they evolve. You need to tell her so she prepares. He took the dream really way far. But the thing was, it was a motorcycle. It was an accident, a quick one, and it was the passing. And it was the hospital. Now, we did Christmas, yeah? And after Christmas, we celebrated with her the New Year's first. And she was like, Winnie, I need to go to the hospital and be checked out because I've had some issues for some time that I've not looked into. And I'm like, all along you've been in pain? And she said, yes. But I couldn't spoil the holiday season for you guys. Oh, I felt that was really deep. And I said, you could have, and it would have been okay had you, told, and we took you to a hospital and you got medical attention. She was like, no, now is the time that we finished the 31st. We had finished fast with them, and it was a nice time that we had with her, and that was the last time we had with her. And she went to hospital walking. Remember, she's the one who requested to go. I'm showing you here, guys, how God talks to us through dreams. That is incredible. That if we only hear, it will help us a lot. When she had my dream, she went and bought an exercise book, a 28-page book, and wrote down her will in there and covered it and kept it under her pillow. You would think she didn't take it serious, but I think because of the way the son had delivered the message, because he said, if you're not telling her, I'm going to tell her. And so I was forced to tell her. But that in the end helped, because then she wrote her will, and when she went to the hospital, how it was a border was this. She went to how it was an accident as per the dream. She went in, those international hospitals where you go in with a headache and they say, we have to do a CT scan, we have to do blood transfusion on you. They did a blood transfusion on her that gave her a blood clot. And once they saw it, they wanted to say, discharge her. That was very, very bad. But again, if it's God's time, it was God's time. It's just that we didn't get to know as us. So she had a blood clot. Now, when she had that blood clot, they tried to discharge her, but for some reason, she had a cardiac arrest. Now, before that, she had told my husband to tell me that she's coming home. I should fill her in the programs that have been running on TV. I go check up on the house, see how it is. We are going to have a big buffet when she gets home and we celebrate. And when I came, and she told me to go and check on her house, see how it was, what state, because she had left the maid there. And when I came and was entering the gate like this, the Holy Spirit told me, it's the woman that builds her home. And now this one has left hers. Oh my goodness, that hit me so hard. So there are things you can dream, and whether you're scared, whether you don't want to believe it, it is just out to warn you or to reveal to you what is in the future. So whether you take it or you don't, it is out there for you to take or to leave. Now, when the Holy Spirit told me that, I remember going home and telling my husband that this is what the Lord told me, that it's a woman who builds her home, and mommy has left this home. And he said, no, 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 no. She said she's actually being discharged. She'll come home on Saturday. We will cook and eat. And so I was like, she better come quickly because I really want her home. And that Friday, she never came back. That was it. But remember, I started off on a dream. So the dream, when it meant a motorcycle, that it was an accident, it's going to happen very fast and immediately that accident would take her. It meant when she goes for the blood transfusion, to go to the hospital, it meant going to the hospital, doing the blood transfusion, and the blood transfusion, doing the blood clot, and immediately taking her. So dreams, guys, come to warn us. Dreams are not out to entertain us. Dreams are not out to, keep us busy while we sleep. They are God's avenue to speak to us. But also they bring comfort and reassurance. Sometimes God knows we are anxious and uncertain, and he uses dreams to say, I'm still with you. Now, I know, because I remember when I was at home washing dishes, the Holy Spirit telling me those people have loved you. Have you done all there is in you to impact them? And I said, God, please help me. I don't know what I'm missing here. If there's anything I've not done, reveal it to me so I can do it. And everything that happens, I tell my husband so he can attest to some of this. And I think the reason why it happens, so God can reveal himself through dreams to him as well, so that he gets to know that he speaks, and what he speaks, he brings to pass. So because that has been our lifestyle, when I have a dream and I tell him, he's quick to be like, let's respond this way, because he knows where it would end at the end of the day. Now, it goes to show you that God gives us dreams for comfort and reassurance that he's with us. So I knew she had to go and God would be with us. And that is not the only time. Like I said, I have dreams, guys. I don't know about you, but I have dreams, and strange dreams. Sometimes my dreams are spot on, like they happen today and the next day they are happening. So I don't take dreams light. I take them serious. And we should all take them serious, especially if we are going to sleep and we ask God to come in and speak to us. Because if we do that, then he comes and speaks. It is a shame when he reveals something to us and we take it light. It's really a shame. We need to take it serious that it is him speaking to us. Now, I want you to understand, not every dream is divine. You need to understand that. But when it is, it leaves peace, not confusion. If it's a divine dream, it will leave peace, not confusion. That's one of the signs that it's from God. Peace and clarity. Even if you don't yet understand the full meaning of the dream, it leaves that peace and a bit of clarity. It's normally to the dreamer. Normally when my kids come and tell me their dreams, I'm like, what did you understand of the dream? Because you as the dreamer, God sheds some light. It may not be a lot of light, a dim light, so that you can go before him and ask him for more and be like, God, please elucidate on this one. And trust me, he will, because you've taken that step to ask. Now, segment 3, we are going to be talking about how to know it's God speaking. Let's be honest, we've all had wild dreams before. But how can you tell if it's truly God speaking to you? We are going to throw a few pointers so that you can at least have a clue as to who is speaking to you. Here are some biblical signs that it is God speaking to you. It aligns with the scriptures. First of all, those dreams have to align. They cannot contradict. They always align. Not all dreams are in the Bible and biblical and all that. Like, the dreams I've had. You've heard about friends. The dreams you've heard about your neighbors, your relatives. They are not in scripture. So it doesn't mean they are not right. I have a friend who dreamt when one of her aunties was really doing bad things to them as a family. And trust me, that is not anywhere in the scriptures, but it was God revealing to her what the auntie was doing behind closed doors, because he's the one who reveals the secrets of people, things they do in their private homes or on altars on behalf of you. God can reveal that to those people who are his. So not everything is based on scripture, but most of them have to border around scriptures. God never speaks something in a dream that contradicts his word. If the message in your dream goes against the Bible, it's not from him. You need to note that as well. It draws you closer to him. If the dream that you've had gets you closer to him, you just know that is God speaking to you. Satan cannot tell you, like say you have a dream where you're helping some family that didn't have. Satan cannot give you that dream to go and help. Satan has no love. It is God who has love. So it is of God that you help. And if you have it in a dream and you're helping people who don't have, it is God showing you that you need to probably do something and help them. So that's one way of knowing that it is God. Like I said, it also it draws you closer to him. A true dream from God will not fill your it will not fill your ego. It will not feed it where you feel like you're pumped up. It will humble you and guide you or push you into prayer. Dreams of God normally drive us into doing something. I bet you when Joseph had that dream to take baby Jesus and Mary to Egypt, it was pushing him to go and do something. He had to put all resources and make sure they are out of the country. Imagine I have a dream and I have to leave immediately where I am and go to another place. It is of God, because if God shows it to you, like the dream that I had recently, let me share that dream because you guys have been on for some time. I had a dream when I was in a car with one of my sisters, and for some reason I was with her. She's married, I'm married, she has kids, I have kids. We were in the car, and then we had reached, those of you who stay in Uganda, a market called Verses. But as we were driving, we're in a grey car. As we were driving, someone intercepted us. I'll give an example. This is our car, and then the man with the bicycle came and rode right in front of us, like literally walking and pushing his bicycle. He was selling tomatoes, onions, vegetables in the wooden box at the back of his bicycle. So the driver of the car we were in stopped. And the moment he stopped like this, we overheard what the man, because we were wondering, how can someone, ride like that? Going right in front of a moving vehicle. And then he went off to the market and was asking one of the vendors, like, what is that happening in the sky? And he was really pissed about what was happening. So I got out of the car, opened the door, and stepped out. Same applies to my sister. She opened and also got out. And then the moment I saw the sky, I remember telling my sister, get up. I know what is happening. We need to go. I know what is happening. And in the sky on the right-hand side was like, those ring lights that YouTubers use. There was like a ring of clouds, but big. And it was on the far right, but I knew those who were directly under it could look through and see heaven. But it was surrounded with clouds. And then there was a person who was pouring. I didn't see that person. I just saw something pouring out of that ring, like hot, bubbling porridge, white porridge. It was pouring out, but it wasn't a lot, but it lasted for a time. And then it stopped. But on the far left hand of the skies were all these magnificent colors. I'm talking purple, green, blue, colors I've never seen. And they were demonstrating in the skies with different shapes. But one thing I have not told you, in that dream, it had just rained and the rain had stopped. So everyone was trying, you know how it is in Uganda when it has rained, we are rushing to get home or we are rushing to get to beat the traffic. That's why, and this man who was riding that vegetables was drenched because it had just stopped raining. Now, After a short time, the clouds closed. And then up still in the skies, it all turned black. And I remember telling my sister, it is 9:30 a.m. There is no way it can get dark at this time, except what I think is happening is happening. I know exactly what is happening. We need to rush and go and pack. So the skies had become black, and the blackness, what was ringing bells in my mind when I was sleeping was the oil that I used to cook. There's engine oil that lights up stoves, oil stoves. So that engine oil, people use it to light up stoves, and you can cook using it. So the fume to cook, or as the coal to as the fuel to cook. So the whole sky was pitch black, like that engine used oil, and it was stretching from one end to another. All of a sudden there was no lights anymore. There was nothing, pitch black skies. And there was, if you know where that market is, there are storied buildings there, but there was in the dream a storied building that was way up, and the people who were at the topmost floor were mocking what they had just seen in the sky, the demonstration. And one of the ladies was trying to stretch out the hand to try and touch the cloud, the layer that had been laid from heaven that was black, and lightning struck like I've never seen. Big laser kind of lightning, big and long. And the one was trying to stretch out and touch because they were up there, pulled away. And in the dream, I knew that they were layering the skies so that it can be dark. They were layering layer after layer. And immediately I told my sister, we need to go and pack. I don't know how we left that place, but we ended up in a place that was called a boarding house. We don't have many boarding houses here, but people in America, people in those developed countries have what they call boarding houses. But this boarding house, in the dream, it was called a boarding house, but it's not the ones that we have for boarding schools. It was like a big, like Miracle Center Church Cathedral. Those of you who have been there before, big like that, and bigger than that. And many people were living in that boarding house. Many people were living in there. So in the dream, we ended up going to that boarding house, and I told my sister, we need to pack now and leave and go home. Because if we don't go home, no one is going to survive this. We need to pack. We are going home now. So we were packing, and there was this lady who had just seen the demonstration. I think she had heard a lot about that and was waiting. The moment she saw that, she packed and was ready to get out. But people in that boarding house were adamant. They were going on about their things like it's a normal day, like nothing is really going on. And they didn't even hear when I was telling my sister how fast we have to pack and go. And my sister was also not aware. So every time I kept on telling her what is going to happen, what is going to happen. And in the dream, she was trying to get mattresses. And I'm like, in the dream, wondering, where does she think we are going to take mattresses? And how are we going to take them from here? What we had to pack was hand luggage kind of thing. Otherwise, there was no way you could get anywhere. It had become pitch black. There was no sun. There was no moon. There was no stars. Nothing. No lights. Guys, it was dark. And because I knew in the dream, I knew what was going to happen after that was not good. So I woke up. And I've never been excited when I woke up than the time I did, because I got to know that it was just a dream. So guys, in some dreams cannot leave you the same. They leave you in that state where you feel like, oh, God just revealed a secret or a mystery to me here, or just whispered, a secret to me. So I woke up and I was glad it was just a dream. Now, let me take you through that dream and tell you what it means. In that dream, it was me and my sister, but there were other people in the car. Now, the car represents everything that God has called all of us to do. You are probably a teacher, I'm a doctor, you are a lawyer, I'm a nurse. Different professions God has called us, and God has given us different abilities to do different things. Now, in this dream, We were in the car with other people that I didn't see, but I saw my sister because she's the only one I knew. But the man who came and intercepted us as we were in that car going, I didn't even see the driver, are the people that God puts in our way to guide us, to counsel us, to cause us to slow down so that we can pay heed to his voice. People God puts in our way to speak to us about him so that we get to know about him and what he's doing. Yeah, and I bet every one of us has met that kind of person. And then the marketplace where we stood, markets represent a spirit of chaos. The world is in a chaotic place right now. But guys, what is coming is going to be worse. Chaos like you have never seen. Chaos like you've never known. Because the spirit of the market is a chaotic spirit. Yeah? Have you ever been to a market or window market? People are singing shoes, those with spices, those with food, first here, first there. I mean, if you've been there, I went there with one of my kids and they got out of there crying because they thought we had lost our way. They were tired of being pushed around. It was too loud. The spirit of the market is a chaotic spirit. So that explains why the market was used. Now, on the far right was that ring that had an opening where something was poured out that was white and hot. That is the Spirit of God that is poured upon his people to help them be able to overcome what is coming or to be able to do what they have to do in this period. Yeah? That covers what was on the right-hand side from the ring. And then what was happening on the left-hand side, the demonstrations of different lights. Goodness, like I had never seen the sky lit up that way. I mean, we see stars and we think that's it. God, this one was magnificent. I've put up my Christmas tree, but I didn't turn on the lights. Yeah, I know it's early, but Christmas starts early in this house. Now, there's a tree that I wanted to show you, but again, my kids didn't turn it on with different lights. The skies were lit up differently and all over, but no one was watching. The other bit that I also remember was it had just rained. Guys, that period of grace where you can pray and God changes his mind and God has passed. Now it is time for fulfillment of scriptures. Like rain refreshes, rain rebuilds, rain revives. It had finished raining. Yeah. So the time we have been dwelling where we do what we please and God looks the other way, that time has passed. We are now living I kept on hearing borrowed time. We are on borrowed time. Now, the lights that were in the sky were showing those it means outside the dream that God has put up things. He's done so many magnificent things to catch our attention. But we are these adamant people who cannot see, who don't believe there is a God who is about to do or to do something to the world as we know it. We are blind. Because with the demonstrations of those lights, every one of us would have been able to see. Had that man not intercepted us in the car, we would also not have seen that. And I tell you what, people who are in the market, the vendors, had not looked up. I bet because the rain had just stopped and they were looking at selling before the day ends. And the people who are on the road like us, we are busy going on doing our things. Yeah, going on doing our things as we do every day. We think every day is like every day. Things are going to change upon us, guys. And when they change, we better be ready. I remember telling her, I know what is happening. We need to go. So it is upon us who know to tell our loved ones who don't know about what is coming. Anyone you care about, you tell them about what is happening or what is going to happen, because something, the world as we see it, is going to change. And it's going to happen so fast, we will not believe it. And there is going to be a great darkness that is going to happen, a darkness that can be felt, a darkness that no light can light up. It is coming. It is coming, guys. Now, that's a warning dream. That's one of those dreams that I had. You can have dreams sometimes that warn. Like I said, some dreams that are showing you destiny, some dreams that are assuring you of God's love. But that's a warning dream. Now, like I was saying, real dreams of God bring you closer to Him. A true dream from God will not feed your ego, like I said. It will humble you, it will guide you, it will push you into prayer. Because you leave that place knowing very well that you cannot survive what is coming without praying. Or you, even if God reveals to you about a loved one, you leave that place knowing only God can save, because He's the one who showed this to me. Now, another thing that the dream would show you that would let you know it is of God, it lingers with conviction or peace. That dream can linger. I was glad when I woke up that it was just a dream, that I had some time to do something about it. Have you ever had a dream that wouldn't leave you alone? It kept replaying in your spirit. That often is God saying, don't ignore this. It is God. He brings it back over and over and over. And there are those dreams that we have had, which you wake up and immediately forget. Yeah? Those kinds of dreams are also very key dreams that the devil snatches, just so you don't pick the meaning of it, the weight of that dream, and you miss what it is that God was communicating. So at the end of all that we are going to talk about, we are also going to find things that we can do to make sure God brings back what we have lost, and also help us understand what it is that He has spoken to us. It gets confirmed. A dream that is of God, it gets confirmed. Sometimes God confirms a dream through scriptures, through a sermon. Like you dream something, and then before you know it, you hear someone either on radio, on TV, on social media platforms, talking about it as well. Or even another person. That's why it's so important to test every dream. Test every dream that you have through prayer and the word. If you are unsure, don't rush to interpret the dream on your own. Ask God to give you the interpretation, or go and seek for help, for someone who understands it, to help you understand. Because there are people God has given understanding, just like Daniel. In Daniel 2:22, he revealed deep and secret things. He knows what is in the darkness, and light dwells with him. Daniel 2:22 says that God reveals the deep and secret things. He knows what is in the darkness, and light dwells with him. So God would be the very best person to go to. He would reveal to you exactly what He has just revealed to you. So it brings us to segment 4, where we talk about personal reflection and stories. You can go ahead and tell me of your stories, about dreams, what your experience has been like. Remember, it's a live podcast, so go ahead and share, guys. Otherwise, in the meantime, I'm going to read some messages and see whether you guys have written something or shared. Otherwise, I'm glad that you have tuned in. It's a live podcast. Don't forget. Cedric says hello. What does it mean, Cedric says, to have the same dream a lot? It is God trying to catch your attention. That is why I said that if you have a dream that lingers around, you can't push it on the side. It seems like, let me just